Hi, I'm Miss Gregg, the Principal Teacher for Digital Literacy at Peterhead Academy, and I'm going to give you a very brief overview of what Teams is and how we use it at the school. So for those of you who don't know, Teams is a web app that pupils can access on their computers, on their phones and on their tablets such as iPads, Galaxy tablets. It can be accessed through an app that can be downloaded in the app stores or through the Glow website. And at Peterhead Academy, we use Teams to allow us to communicate with pupils. So it allows us to pass on information about homeworks and assessments, as well as to upload copies of any classroom resources. It also gives the pupils a way to communicate with their teacher and access any work that they miss due to absence. So when pupils log onto Teams, they will see something like this. This is almost like the home page, and it shows all the different teams that they have for all their different classes. They can find their way back to this page at any point by using the Teams button on the left-hand navigation bar here. If they were to go into each of the teams, they would see something that looks like this. This is a message board where pupils can leave messages and staff can leave messages as well. You can see that homework will appear as a little notification here as well. Within each team, staff may decide to set up different channels. So you can see this one here has a general channel, which every team has. There's also a home learning one that we were using during lockdown to leave lockdown work. There's an area for assignments, which is where the homeworks would go, and some classes will use the class notebook. There's also an area for any files up here that the pupils can go in and have a look at any PowerPoints, any revision resources that the teacher uploads for them. By clicking on this logo on the left, the assignments logo, pupils can then see a list of all the assignments that they have been set. These assignments might be homework to be completed, or it might be test reminder dates. Some classes, for example in digital literacy, use the assignments to set pupil the work that will be completed in class that day. When you click on each assignment, the pupils can see a lot more detail about that assignment. They will see instructions that could have been written. They will see the due date that is due to be handed in, how many points it might be out of. They will also see any files that might help them complete the work. So this assignment has got a PowerPoint file that they can view. It's got a link to a website as well. They can also have files that they complete for their homework. And they also have the option to upload new files, or they can take pictures of their work. This is an extremely useful tool, especially if a pupil's absent when they're supposed to hand in the homework. But pupils will be given instructions as to whether any of the assignments need to be handed in digitally on the Teams app or in person. It depends on the teacher and it depends on the course and of course the piece of work that they are doing. If a pupil hands in a piece of work through Teams, the teachers then have the option to give them feedback on the piece of work. And as you can see here, it gets sent back to the pupil with the feedback from the staff member. Some staff may still choose to do traditional feedback rather than Teams feedback. It depends on the piece of work and it depends on how the course is run within the school. As many of the pupils coming into S1 may not be familiar with Teams or indeed the other Office online apps that we use, in their digital literacy lessons we spend the first few weeks going over and learning how to access these apps and how to use them to allow them to get the best that they can out of their learning.